Okay, so the next thing we are going to talk about is the document module, docs module, which will expose our APIs to the Swagger docs. I mean, earlier we used to write a Swagger YML and then we were using Swagger UI Express to expose the Swagger YML as a web API docs, right? So, but now the Nest.js, you can use a Swagger module and it will expose your API specs on a URL. Okay, so what we are doing here is this is our APIs and this is how the Swagger docs you can integrate. Here you just need to pass your app instance to the Swagger module.setup. So here we are going to write a Swagger module, and it is just like what is the description title of your APIs, and then Swagger module.create document.setup API. This app is your app instance of your application instance of app module and the document. So same way we have done it. I will just try to show you how we are doing it. In the main.ts, we need to bootstrap it by importing it first. So first we already have an app instance. So what we will do is we will call create document. Create document we are calling from the doc Swagger, and we are just going to pass the app instance. That's it. So app.listen, I think we should do it first before even start listening to the port stuff. Here it is a builder. If you also look into the documentation, this is our app instance. This is where we created a config and we created a document out of config. And then Swagger module.setup API app document. This thing we extracted out inside a separate function here. In this code base, we extracted out this in a separate function passing the app instance. Here we are creating the builder object. We are adding all the tags, putting the description values and all. And here onto this particular route, we are exposing the documents. And we are using Express basic auth. But if you look into these two lines, these are important. We created a document by passing the app instance with these options, and then Swagger module.setup. That's it on the docs route. Okay, so what we will do is this is just coming from documents, nothing fancy here. We will just import this. I mean, we don't need to import anything here because this is not a module. Here, if you look into this swagger.ts file, and on the main.ts, we imported this. So let's start this application again. And localhost 3000 we need to access. Hello world, it is still pointing to hello world on the force. If I do docs, okay, great, right? This is our API docs has been generated, and we don't have anything much for now. It will actually automatically generate the API docs, but for that we have to use annotations. So it is just using some default controller created somewhere, I guess. App controller, or there should be a default controller here. Let's say if I try to redefine this controller, okay, this is the controller annotation, then I can just set an API tag. Okay, there is API tag because these are the Swagger docs helpers API tags, and here I'm just putting the tag name is health. Then this is a get API v1 health get function, and then we can use nestjs terminus. Here I will have a module nestjs terminus module should be there. I mean, this is for the health check. What it gives you is you can do the health check by looking into the documentation. What is the health of your system? You can also check the health of your database. So we are going to do the same thing. In this health check, we are going to first inject the health. Instead of calling this function, we will return this, and we are going to inject the health using health check service. We are getting it from the terminus module health check service, and ping check. This is ping check is the type rm function. First of all, just change this. So public check, and this is health check. So we need to annotate this with health check. Health check we are getting from the terminus. This .db. Now the database module also we need to pass here, inject it. So this is what we are doing, the dependency injection. Private db, and we can just type orm health indicator, the instance name of this. Now there should be a ping check available there. This all coming from this documentation. This .db .ping check, db is coming from type orm health indicator, and we are calling ping check. Okay, this we need to import. That's it. We don't need app service for now. There is an error. Health check service is a provider. It's not part of current app module. That's correct. So what we need to do inside app module, we need to pass this terminus module. So whatever the app module we have, we need to add the terminus module there. So this is the domain module. Yes, we got it. So terminus module. The service provided by this module can be injected inside app module. Okay, health check service is a provider, current module, app module. Because if I add this in the domain module, will it not be available there? It's okay. I actually put this inside app controller. This code can be inside my domain module some controller, because if I'm adding it here, then I need to inject the terminus module inside app module here. And it starts working fine. But what we do is that is fine. We can keep this controller in the root level inside app controller, and now we can check the docs. Have health, right? This is good. We try it, and our health is okay because type ORM connection is good. So this is a kind of API health check endpoint we have created. And for documentation, there are a lot of things you can add here, like API okay response, and this you need to import from Swagger docs. API okay response, and here you can pass, I guess, description returns the health check, because the status code for this is 200, and this description will get added here, returns the health check, right? The health check is not successful, then in that case it will return 503. So this is how you will add the health check endpoints. Now coming to our core services. Inside domain, we are going to add our user routes and user controller, user services, auth routes, auth controller, auth services. And let's look at the package.json. Meanwhile, we all have the required modules. Migrations is running. We have JSON web token, helmet. Module alias is a separate particular module that is going to help us a lot while looking for the file in deep down inside the directories. Okay, we have everything. So let's write our auth controllers.